welcome. You are on the Unleashed and Unstoppable show. My name is Dean Martin, and today we've got a special guest, Micheal Yared. Michael's got a couple of businesses, a sales business and also a clothing range he is launching. And he's also a big advocate for mindset around business. So awesome to have you on today, mate, and looking forward to having a conversation on business and mindset and everything else around it. How's that sound?
Awesome. Pleasure to be here, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. So in a short nutshell, talk to me about you, mate. Tell the audience about who you are and what it is that you do really around business and mindset.
Sure. So Micheal, 27 years age this year, born and raised Brisbane, Australia. Got two businesses right now. One is called My Sales. Why? Micheal Yared, My Sales. What made sense to me.
Nice.
And the other one is a fitness apparel brand that will be officially released, relaunched later on this year. But as you hit the nail on the head, brother, it all starts off with mindset.
Awesome. So what's your fitness apparel business called?
Sure. Breaking records. The motto right now, going through a couple of different versions of it, but the athlete's dream, affordable fitness apparel, very good quality. I've personally been overseas, I've found fabric markets and so forth. So, I'm big about giving the consumers dollar value. My grandfather had an apparel business, my dad had an apparel business, and now it is my turn, I believe.
Fantastic. So it runs in the family, eh?
That is it, brother. It's all about genetic makeup, why you do what you do.
Cool. So tell me about why sales and why clothing range. What are the two that have got in common that have drawn you to it?
Sure. Well, from an apparel point of view, it was in the blood. You know what I mean? So the grandfather had one, gave the business to my dad. My dad went through unfortunate times. Why sales? I just thought I always enjoyed talking to people. Like I'm not a big texter. And if I do text you, I'll just text you rapidly as much as I can. Paragraph, that's it, move on. And then people are like, oh, that's full on. But why sales? Well, my grandmother, she had an interview and she said that she loves sales, So like I said, makeup, genetics, why you do what you do. I'm 27 this year. I've been doing sales since I was 17, So
nice.
And I thoroughly enjoy it.
Most definitely. I believe sales is a massive thing of what we do every single day, because at the end of the day, we're always selling. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Like if you're in a relationship, if you've got friends, if you've got a business, if you've got a job, if you've got a career, whatever it is, you're always selling yourself. And the biggest thing to have is your belief in yourself to be able to sell yourself to get a result. And I believe sales, doesn't matter what it is, it's got this big stigma, right? From like, you used car salesman. It's like, oh, they're just trying to sell to me. It was like, well, yeah, they're trying to solve a problem let's try to give you a solution to your problem, right? You're walking around, you need a car, here's a car for you. You either take it or you don't. And it's the same with your relationships, right? So I got married last year, and the first thing that I had to do when I met my wife was I had to sell myself for her to know that I was the man that she needed to marry. If I wasn't good enough for that, then we would never be in this position. So yes. Sales is massive, right? It's every day. What are your beliefs on sales, and why did you actually get involved in it?
Well, it all to start off with, I always was a bit of a chatter. I always enjoyed talking to people, and you can just really cut it down to that. And like I said to you, there is the genetic makeup of that, but you hit the nail on the head. Sales might be the wrong word, though. It should maybe connecting, because you said it as well as anyone. It doesn't matter what you do, folks. It doesn't matter if you're a veterinarian nurse. It doesn't matter if you're a client relationship. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor. You need to know how to communicate with people. And through social media, your Twitters, your Instagrams, they're all great. And that could be the future. But if you don't know how to talk to someone, like physically open your mouth and talk, good luck getting anywhere in life. Like that is, I know that sounds brutal, but if you don't know how to talk, if you don't believe in yourself, good luck. You'll need it.
Exactly right. And talking and communication is a massive thing. Always bring things back to relationships, like friendships, keeping a friendship or keeping, a relationship in general. It all comes down to communication, because if you sit there with two people in a room, say you meet someone at a pub, but if you sit there with two people in a room and the first thing's not hello and there's no communication, then that relationship's never going to go anywhere, right?
100%. And that is the thing. And you'll always see a lot of beautiful women, and some people will say, oh, they don't really have the most attractive husband or boyfriend. Well, that guy probably had the courage and the confidence to go and actually communicate with her. You know what I mean? Like it really is that simple. Like if I'm on a bus, I'll just say, "Hey, how are you?" And people won't reply. And to me, that's strange. Like I'm just saying, "How are you?" Like I genuinely like, hey, "What are you doing? How are you?" And that to a lot of people, you'll be surprised, brother, find that weird. They find that full on. To
Mm.
me, I am just being kind. I'm showing you that I'm here. I'm saying basic common words. Hello, how are you? And that is that my privacy invading on private. You're full on. It's like I didn't offer to take your house. I simply said how are you? What's going on, brother? You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
just what do you do?
And why do you think people are on the back step? Do you think from what just using normal communication words? What do you think
Yeah.
people are on the back step for?
Betrayal. They've probably been betrayed somewhere in their life. Lack of trust. A lot of people, including myself, like I find it difficult to trust people if they don't have the same mindset of me. But yeah, they've probably been betrayed. They probably have a genetic makeup, family history of it, or yeah, it's really that. You know, a lot of people are so to themselves because all your data, all your information's on your phone right now. You know, texting, WhatsApp. So there's no real need to open up to someone because how you apply for a job these days, well, you do it online. You know,
Mm.
how I've gotten jobs in the past, I have physically cold called companies. Hello, my name's Michael. I could benefit your company. Can we get a coffee? Oh, yeah, right, mate. Yeah, right. Why not? We'll get a coffee. Boom, gotten a job. You know, gone from 65K a year, 90K a year, just from picking up the phone and not doing what everyone else does. If you just apply, seek, whatever. So it all just comes down to that. The technology makeup and probably their past experiences.
Yeah, most definitely. I love that approach too. Hey, if someone is looking for a job in some way or form by just applying online to Seek or whatever it is, I don't think it's enough. I always say to my wife, like, if you want a new job and you're applying on Seek, look for the jobs with the phone number and actually get on the phone to someone in person because
Yes.
it's super powerful. Having a actual conversation one-to-one with someone, it's super powerful because you can actually start to connect rather than having a resume or something coming in and you have no idea who that person is or the personality. I know in my gym, I won't hire anyone unless, or allow anyone to come train with me even, unless they come meet me face to face or they chat on the phone so I know exactly who they are, what they're about, and if we're going to be a good fit or not.
Yeah.
So,
Because you've got to break it down to relatable things. And what you just said right there about your wife applying for a job, prior to launching the business, my most recent job was managing a regional branch here at the Gold Coast. And when someone resigns or they've moved on, got fired, whatever, I would have a week or 2 weeks to hire someone. So if I put an ad on, I've got 40 resumes. I don't physically have the time to go through each. I am looking. It takes me like 15 seconds to look at a resume. I'm looking for key dot points in and out. You know. So what you said right there. If someone doesn't have their number listed, if someone says no recruiters, please, that means they don't actually want to talk to anyone. So don't work for that company. It's as simple as that. If you're out there watching this, if you say no recruiters, yeah, right. But then you also, you're releasing a pretty bad stigma that, hey, you don't actually want to talk to us over the phone and get to know me. Why should I work for your company, making you profit? You pay me a set salary when you don't even want to get to know who I am.
It's important, right? It's important to have that connection. Most definitely.
Yeah.
So tell me about you, mate. What were before you got into business, obviously your family's got a bit of a background in business as well, but what drew you to the businesses to start a business in the first place?
I guess there's a bit of a science behind like the youngest son. Like I'm the youngest son, my dad's the youngest son. So as a young, you always inspire, you look up to, you've got your brothers, you know, sort of helping you along life. But I was always fascinated with. I remember my dad coming home as a cab driver and I'd count his money, and I was like 6 years of age. Like, so I've always been fascinated with business, talking to people, because how my father lives. If you don't talk to anyone, well, you're not going to be able to get anywhere. So business has always been a passion. My dream. I've never cared about owning a house. That's just me. And if you think that's wrong, 2008 global financial crisis. Enough said. So my passion is business. With business, sure, own a house, own 40 houses, own 40 boats. I don't care. But if it starts with business, business is everything, because you got to do what you love to do. It breaks it down to that. And I have multiple passions. I have multiple hobbies, but my main ones, apparel runs in the blood, and sales runs in my blood. So yeah.
Awesome. So, all right, let's go on that. What is your mission then?
Well, there's a greater mission. I could talk about a personal mission, so forth, business, wealth, how I want to expand, so forth.
Yep. Let's
But
keep this under business. What's your business message to?
doing what you want to do, really like that. And that's why I'm thrilled and I feel privileged that I got to know you now through our mutual connection and so forth. But if you're not doing what you love to do in life, you've got to realize one thing. A day will come where there is no air in your lungs, where your heart stops. So unless you start doing it doesn't matter if you're 80 years old. I couldn't care. It doesn't matter if you're 11 years old. I couldn't care. Start doing what you love to do. And if that is working for a company, that is awesome. But do it the best you can. Don't look at a clock. Oh, it's nearly 12 o'clock. If you've got work to do, do it. You know what I mean? So that's my message. There's businesses, and I've had a personal history, background, depression, all that sort of jazz, but do what you love. And do it well.
Most definitely. So you're saying that if someone wants to get anywhere in their life, doesn't matter what's going on in their life, as long as they're doing something they love, and they've got a passion for it.
I could talk for a year about turbulent things that have gone through in my life, but it breaks it down to that nutshell. I don't care if your passion is selling bird collars or seeds to feed birds. If you love what you do, you will be wealthy. You know, everyone wants to be wealthy. But don't have the goal to be wealthy. Have the goal to be successful, because the two are different. They're very different. You can determine success if you're doing what you love to do. You're a sole trader, 75K a year, all bills are paid, but no one tells you what to do. Your own business, you're your own person. It doesn't matter if your business is to sell pens. I couldn't care. Figure out what you love to do, have a plan, do it. 3 simple steps. Just simply do it. The TV, the Foxtels, it's going to be there tomorrow. You know, hit record. You know, you can go to the pub and sink 40 skewies and back dogs number 1 and 8 until ever. It's like, but if you just don't set aside your day and start off with half an hour a day. All right, notepad, pen and paper. What do I want to do? How am I going to do it? Simple.
Yeah. So setting routines, is that what you're saying?
100%. Structure is key. Eventually, you don't need alarms. I personally wake up at about 3:30 to 4:30 a.m. every day. Now, to most people, that's strange. I've been doing that for 10 years because my dad does that. So it is just built into me. I get so bored laying down. Like it bores the hell out of me. Like like my back gets sore. So structure's key, finding your routine's key, but it all relates back to knowing your why. What's your passion? Do it.
So your why and your passion is the thing that drives you, is it?
100%, brother. I've literally got an email folder called My Why. And that can be multiple things. Heartbreak in your life, family. If your goal is to be a millionaire and billionaire, fantastic. But just have a goal. Have a goal, figure out why. So when you do get negative influences in your life, which I don't allow anymore, if someone sends me a negative message for no reason, blocked, out of my life, goodbye. So block out the negativity and focus on your why. Why did you start your business? If your goal is to own $1 million boat, focus on that. Focus on that, you know?
Awesome. So let's talk about that then. Why did you start your businesses? Let's go with both your sales and your breaking records.
Cool. So my sales, physically, I've always enjoyed sales. I had an unfortunate time to here. But like I said, it's very simple to start a business. It is the most basic thing you could do in your life. But I've always been fascinated with business. That's just me. So as soon as I went through unfortunate times, I was like, all right, well, how am I going to get out of this? And then boom, business straight away popped into my head. But I knew deep down I had to change some things that I was doing, because what I was doing, it wasn't working. So I had to get my mind right. I read about NLP. I started exercising again. And I was a 17-year-old group fitness instructor at Carindale, Fitness First, you know? So fitness, I played soccer since I was 4 years old. So fitness has always been there. So I knew how to get fit. I'm a Cert 3 in fitness, but I had to get my mind right. So I was doing them both at the same time. I was exercising in the morning, reading at night, reading throughout the day about the mind, why I think the way I think. Is it because my mum thinks like, is it because my dad? Why? Figure out your why, but get yourself right.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Look, because I didn't get involved in business till I was about 24. And even then I had no bloody idea. I just realized that there was this thing called fitness and you could get paid from it. So I became a personal trainer. I just had absolutely no idea in business whatsoever. I just knew that I wanted to do it. But then after learning more and more about it and what's going on and making a shitload of mistakes, I eventually found my why.
100%. And there you go. And you bring up mistakes, and I'll rewind time here. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. He apparently tried over 3,000 times. If that man didn't keep trying, we might not be able to see. So you are going to fail. You are going to make mistakes, but write them down. Why did this week I did not hit my revenue forecast? Why? Was it the marketing budget? Was it the marketing company? Was it me? Was it the product? Was it the service? And take ego away from it. You know, you are going to make mistakes, and listen to the people that have done it. Your Warren Buffett's, your Elon Musk's, your Jeff Bezos, your Jamie Dimons. I can go on and on, but they'll all tell you, hey, yeah, we actually did fail. I was nearly homeless. I was sleeping in a car. This is what some will say. But kept trying. Eventually it all worked out.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I don't like to use the word failure at all. I always look for the next learning or the next challenge because I know how much of a growth that I'm going to get from that one challenge. But the biggest thing to look at, if you are feeling that you're failing, what is one thing you can learn from it to improve so you don't go through that position again? How do you feel about that?
100%. Like everyone, I believe the demographic that might watch this podcast are big fans of the UFC. So Conor McGregor, what does he say? You win or you learn. It is simple. So yeah, I have a similar mindset where there's no such thing as a loss. You know, even break it down to you like punting on horses, which I do advocately, love it. But if I lose a bet, okay, there is bad luck. But why? Oh, I didn't look at the number 8 form, trainer, jockey, track, weights. So you can always learn from everything you do. And if it doesn't work, it's on you. It is on you, brother. It is not. I saw a LinkedIn post the other day, and this guy literally posted on LinkedIn, my business partner lost me $2 million.
Oh, that's the thing. It's comes down to a lot of responsibility, right? It's even in these times now that, you know, a lot of people seen a lot of the challenges coming in with the virus and things like that. And they're taking it as like, all right, government shut me down. I've lost my job because this has happened. You know, the government should pay me to keep going or keep being able to survive. But I feel that if we don't take responsibility for actions that are around us, then nothing's ever going to move. We're always relying on somebody else, and we're never actually taking responsibility for what we can control.
Yes,
so, yeah, I love that.
I have got that. I'll even show the viewers here what I do. This right here says, control what you can control. I write down targets, goals, and then I break it down to weekly goals. Control what you can control in life, folks. And this virus, I am so blessed to be alive right now. The amount of people that get told from the Australian federal government, do not go outside unless it's certain examples, and they do it anyway. But like, control what you can control, folks. It is really, you stop blaming everyone. Like, we're in for a tough time. People don't realize yet. I'm not going to talk about it, but the worst, we have not even scratched the surface. That's all I'll say. And that's a fact. Talk to anyone that knows the matter. But you can do two things. You can Google every single Bill Gates, Barack Obama conspiracy theory, sit there with a 6-pack, get drunk every night and be scared, or you can control what you can control. How am I going to get myself out of the situation? I don't have a job anymore. I'm getting paid $600 a week from Centrelink. I want to earn more. All right. What do you like? What do you want to do? I want to sell tires. Okay. Well, how do you do that? So control what you can control. I love how you brought that up, brother.
Most definitely. Because look, we can always look at what we can't control, but how much power do we own ourselves if we're always focusing on everything that we can't do, right? I always say to my guys in the gym that, you know, you tell me all these things that you can't do? Cool. Can't is a very limiting word. It's not going to move you forward. It's not going to move you backwards. It's just going to hold you where you are. So let's look at, now we know everything you can't do. Let's look at everything you can do, even if that's 5 minutes a day. What is that 5 minutes a day that you
Love it.
have got available that you can do something, right?
Yeah.
And in this time at the moment, we can control on what our state's like. We can control our emotions. We can control our actions and our responsibilities. We can control whatever we want. There's so much opportunity out there. If we focus on everything that we do, we can take the power back ourselves.
100%. And you're hitting that control your emotions. I will publicly and on any news outlet say, I, Micheal John Yared, in the past have not been able to control my emotions, and I've unleashed anger and sadness and depression. Those days are done, because I said to myself, you are not that person anymore. That was you in the past. And if you can't admit what you're doing wrong, if you say, I don't have enough time to go to the gym, and why do I keep on talking about gyms, fitness? That's how it starts, folks. You have got to get yourself right. And it starts with the core basic ingredients: exercise, your mind. Simple. Everything else will take care of it. If you don't have those two cool things settled, you'll never make it. 100%. I promise you right now.
Well, that's all right? There's so many things that create who we are each day, and there's always basics. I always say there's 5 foundations that we can control to start asking better questions of yourself, to have balance in your life no matter what. And with these 5 factors, or these 5 key areas, there's always something in these that you can always ask a better question yourself. First one's nutrition, right? What is you eating? What are you drinking? Are you eating the right foods? Are you eating the wrong foods? Are you drinking enough water? Things like that. Then there's exercise. Are you moving? Are you moving enough? Like, there's things that happen within our bodies with chemical releases, things that make us feel good just from moving a little bit. Third one, sleep. Sleep's important. That's where our recovery is happening. Stress. There's so much stress going on in the world. What are you doing with the stress? Are you using it as a good energy, or using it as a negative energy? Right? There's both ways that you can utilize it. And the last one's lifestyle, is your behaviors, your habits, your state, your emotions, the people you keep around you, everything that you do during the day, right? And this creates everything that you are and how you're going to feel at the end of the day. Now, if there's something that you're feeling by the end of the day that you're thinking, fuck, I haven't really felt very good, or, I haven't really accomplished anything, I'm feeling lethargic, have no energy, I haven't got the mindset or the state to be able to do anything, I haven't got any motivation. All right, cool. Which one of those five factors are out of balance? Am I eating well? Am I moving? Am I stressing? Am I sleeping? What's my lifestyle like? Have I got shitty people around me? So I guess, tell me about your breaking records. Tell me about that. What's your mission for that? This sounds like a pretty cool thing. Breaking records. Why breaking records?
That's the athlete's dream, brother. That's why you exercise. You always want to hit your personal best. I own the business name, trademarked. That's all in process. So good luck stealing that one off me. But at the end of the day, because I had the passion in fitness, because I grew up playing soccer, my father and grandfather are power businesses. I just combined the two. Simple as that. Started it December 15, 2014. Did it for a year. It actually went well. But if you're 21 years of age and you're making money, and you don't know how to control it, we'll go.
Oh yeah, so definitely.
I made mistakes, stopped it, went back to the workforce, sales jobs. My most recent job was a manager. I was managing a business, and I wasn't even 27 yet. 20 plus staff, $3.24 million budget per year, 55K a month EBIT. Had to do management reports, in charge of sales as well. I worked 16 hours a day, minimum, because I had to do it for that job. But I learned about balance sheets, income statements, cash flow reports. Well, not through that job, to be honest with you. But that led me to other things. But if you just take out lessons in your life, and it can be from a professional point of view, but it can just be personal. I had a fallout with this girlfriend. Why? I was a bit too possessive. Why was I a bit too possessive? Because I need love. All right. Well, why? So if you just break down the core fundamentals of life, you'll get there.
Nice. So breaking records is all about being the best version of yourself. You say that's it's about being the athlete's dream. Not everyone's after the athlete's dream. I used to be an athlete until injuries took a toll, but then I quickly found, I use this mission or this motto for my gym all the time. It's just about helping people be fit, healthy, and strong for their everyday activities. That hits most people. I quickly found that it's not about being the most strictest. It's not about being the best of the best in the industry. or anything. It's about just being the best version of you. And if I can be fit, healthy, and strong for my everyday activities, whatever that may be, whether it's keeping up with my son, whether it's, being able to go for a run, if I feel like, if I choose that I want to go for a run, I want to know that I've got a little bit of basic fitness to be able to do that. All right? And that sounds like what your Breaking Records is about. It's about being the best version of you, no matter what it is, and not competing against anyone else. Am I correct?
100%. The athlete's dream is just a motto. There's a couple in progress, but 100%. It's about, I don't care if you want to be the best shot putter in your suburb. Whatever your goal is, whatever your goal is in life. Your bench pressing 125, you want to get to 130. Beautiful. So it's not about being the Michael Jordans. It's about being the best Micheal Yared. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So the brand itself, motivational. From a quality point of view, I will go on a camera and I will rival any brand in the world, including Nike, get better quality than me. It's simple as that, because I've been the and if you do, I'll research a way to get better, because that is my mindset in life. So, and I'm affordable. I can drop a pair of tights down lower than any brand in the history of mankind can, because my operational expenses are close to nothing. You know what I mean? It's just me, folks. Go on my website, www.breakingrecords.com.au. You'd be surprised that all that is one person. Now, that's not an egotistical thing to say, but I'm about being the best you can, but from a consumer and a business point of view, make sure it's affordable, leave ego out of it, and just make sure you're maintaining your operational expenses, making sure your product is accessible, and it's attractable as well. So simple as that.
Awesome. That's cool. Love it. I love it. It's about helping people be as best as they can. All right. So on wrapping this up, if there was 3 things that you were to talk to the audience about how they can overcome their mindset and to be the best versions that they can be, what would they be? What would you be able to give them? 3 things.
Starts off admitting your faults. Let's strip it back. Let's get the plan off the wall. Admit your faults in life. Because like I said, I'll go to anyone. I will say, yes, I've done these things wrong in life. I'm sorry. Move on. Admit your faults. Then find out your why. And what that relates to is your passions, your family. Why are you who you are? So admit your faults, 1. Number 2, find out your why. Number 3, you just gotta do it.
Nice.
Don't let any doubter, anyone, because it amazes me. People will listen to Eminem. They'll watch Conor McGregor and they will share their story. This is how I did it. Conor McGregor, 26 years of age, he was on the Islands version of Centrelink. 4 or 5 years later, he's now nearly worth $1 billion. And people, they can't relate to that, because to them it's, that's just him. No. He's just like you, folks. He's just like you. And that's what you got to, he's a human being. He got given 2 eyes, 2 legs, 2 arms. If he can do it, why can't you? Why can't you be the next Elon Musk? But don't even set that goal. Just be the best you can be. And if you do that, I'm very confident. I would love that everyone was a stock, because I'd buy them all, because I'm not the type of person who would think everyone will fail. But if you don't believe in yourself, let me know and I'll sell you right now. As simple as that. Get your mind right, get your body right, do what you love to do.
That's it. I always say to people, I'll believe in them more than they'll ever believe in themselves, because I start with believing that you can achieve anything. All right. So that's awesome. So there's 3 things that you get your why. So that's your juice, really.
Well, no, you admit your faults, because you've got to let go of any baggage. You can't have any baggage in your life. For me personally, I looked myself in the mirror, and simple as that, I was like, "What? You've done some bad things. Never gone to jail like that. Don't get me wrong, but you've done some not great things because you didn't know how to handle your emotions. Why? NLP helped me out. I am nowhere near, folks, what Dean is in NLP. I know so little compared to what Dean does. Like, I'm talking a fraction. But if I can change my mindset after just researching a little bit, talk to Dean.
NLP definitely changed my life at the end of the day. And it's super powerful. There's so much that we can control with inside our heads. If we don't get our inner game right, our outer game, which is everything about your materials and everything that's outside of you, will never be improved. All right. So it's cool. Nice. So you've got 3 things that you worked out on. I like to add an extra 2 in there to make it super simple, just to give anyone that's listening to this a nice, simple, step-by-step process on how you can improve your life. Is firstly, know your why. This is your juice. Oh, sorry. No, your what? Sorry. This is what you actually want to do. If you just want to get to the end of into the shops to get some dinner, know exactly what shops you want to go to, right? But if you want to earn more money, you want to have a better life, what is that specifically that you want? The next one is your why. Why do you want it? Oh, I want to go to the shops and be able to cook dinner because I'm hungry as hell and I get really angry, right? I want to have a business so I can make money because I don't ever want to feel like another virus happening or whatever where I've got no security or control and I can be lost. I could lose my job straight away. Third one is go like that way. So I'm not putting any fingers up. Is have a plan. Right? Even if you want to go to the shops to get dinner, you need to know exact roads to get there to be able to get there. Otherwise, you'll end up anywhere. So have a plan, a step-by-step to get there, right? If you know exactly what you want your end goal, it's really easy to reverse engineer. And if you don't know, feel free to reach out and we can help you out there with a quick game plan strategy. Fourth one is take action. Without putting one step in front of the other, you will never move forward. And the best way to eat an elephant, as they say, is one bite at a time. Instead of looking at the big, overwhelming thing, just take one small step towards it. And the last one is accountability. Have someone there that can keep you accountable. That's why it's a really good idea to have a coach. Todd and I, we have a couple of coaches each that we always utilize every single day to make sure we're always striving to be next level. And if we do ever get to someone else's level, we start looking at another coach and just so we're always moving forward that someone's better than us at the end of the day. We're never trying to be the smartest person in the room. We always want someone smarter than us to keep us pushing forward. So there's a 5-step process we use.
And that's what your Steve Jobs would say. We don't hire people to tell them, or quote him, we don't hire people to tell them what to do. We hire people so they tell us what to do. So it's a simple, there's a lot of egos in this world and there's a lot of people that they cannot for the life of them admit they're wrong. Simple tip, do not debate anyone that cannot admit they're wrong. All these Trump haters or whatever it is. Just stick to facts and stats. When I was managing a business for a company, I like to be called facts and stats because I'll never tell you a lie. It's just not who I am. Even if it's not something nice, it's the truth. I'll tell you the truth. And if you don't want to hear it, move on.
You got to be really honest with yourself at the end of the day. If you're lying to yourself, you're not really winning, are you? You're just keeping yourself stuck. Right? Yeah. So cool.
Like you said, don't think about the bigger vision. Have a vision of that, but day by day, folks. Literally one day at a time. Have the dream of the 4-bedder, whatever, nice Tesla outside, wife, dogs, all that. But just how am I going to get there? What am I going to do tomorrow so I get there? What am I going to do tomorrow?
Always be better tomorrow than what you were today, right? So cool. Let's just wrap this up. Where can people find out about whether they want help with sales or whether they want help with your Breaking Records clothing? Tell me about that. Where can they find you?
Sure. So from a social media point of view, for LinkedIn is where you can find My Sales, MY Sales. The website is www.mysalesaus.com. So if you can't afford a sales team, or you're a new business, or people are sick, or there's a global virus going on and you can't actually physically hire anyone, My Sales, pretty much on-call salesman. I can do as much or as little as you want me to do. Book an appointments, build you hit lists. I've got a 2-people marketing team. And then we got Breaking Record. That'll be officially released. Right now, it's just a Facebook page, Breaking Records AUS. AUS stands for Australia. So then I mimic that for My Sales AUS. So then it all sort of aligns. So I think that makes sense. But fitness apparel brands. There's a lot more products coming. But I just take my time with things. No one tells me what to do. I care for no one's opinion unless it is helpful. Unless you're a good person. Do not care about the negativity because life is a big game of egos. Release all that, hang out with good people, whatever Dean sells, and NLP, make sure you buy it, but get yourself right is the big message at the end of the day. I can't say that enough. Get yourself right.
Fantastic. Perfect. Anyways, Michael, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. At the end of the day, guys, get your mindset right and you can have anything that you want. And there's a little plug if you want to reach out to him. But thank you very much and let's chat soon. See you guys.